Welcome to Mamas on a Mission, a lifestyle show for moms that are on a mission to create an extraordinary life. I'm your host, Virginia Jimenez, and today is a real talk moment. First of all, I just want to let you guys know that I have not been posting Mindful Monday moments like I typically do. There was a hurricane that happened, and after that, the service was actually pretty bad. Last week, I did do one that was just a little bit later in the day, and again, like, the connection was horrible. So I'm in the middle of kind of brainstorming a different approach, and I think I found the solution. It's not going to be live streaming like I'm doing right now. It'll just be uploads that will take place, and we'll see how that works. So we'll see how that system works for me on a day-to-day or on a weekly basis, once a week. Today, I wanted to have a real talk moment just to share, just to talk about how important it is to keep in mind that it might be good to give instead of waiting to receive. Now, I want to put this into context that actually makes sense. So let's think about a time where you've been frustrated because you feel that you aren't, you're not shown appreciation, or you're not, you are not, like, you're waiting for somebody else outside of you to do something for you, or to do something to you, or to share something with you, or you want to feel included or validated, or whatever those emotions are that come up in the context of relationships. And I mean any type of relationship. I mean even the relationships you have with your children, right? Sometimes we are expecting certain things from the people that we care about. And I think it's really easy to go into that space of nagging about it and why aren't you doing this? Why am I not seeing that you're doing X, Y, Z? And and all the other stuff that can go into it. And the nagging doesn't always help. See, for me, I've seen that that's been the case with my kids. They'll say, like, Mom, you're way too much right now. You're just way too much. And granted, sometimes you got to go into that mode of just saying, okay, this is what it is, let's get it done, whatnot. But there are times where I think it's important to keep in mind other approaches and not always be so dogmatic, let's say, and always be barking orders, or always, well, why don't you do this, and why don't you do that, and why don't you whatever. Why don't we take a moment to stop and see how is it that are we actually being that example of doing what we're asking from that person? Are we doing what we are asking of somebody else? And if we're not doing that, we're just waiting on the sidelines for somebody else to just give so that we can just receive. Why not give first? Why not be the one to show what it is that you're talking about? Why not have them experience what you'd like to experience? So they, wow, this feels really good. Maybe I should do it in return. I think that there's been so many, probably biblical references to this, spiritual references to this, how good it is to give and in order for you to receive, right? And it's not to say that you should do that with the expectation of receiving, because we don't know what the turnabout will be, what that person's perspective will be, what that person's reaction will be. So sometimes it's not always beneficial for us to kind of have expectations about the outcome. However, it is a great way to show people how to treat you, to have people experience how you'd like to be treated. And here's a good example. So my younger son, with me particularly, not so much with his dad, but with me, I feel like sometimes we go at it, we go head to head. And I just want certain things to be done one way, and he wants certain things, and we both have emotions around things in our lives. He has thoughts about, when I do these things, he has meanings around what the things that I do. Oh, maybe she doesn't care as much. And maybe that's also a way of manipulating. However, I thought, let me just take a moment to kind of put myself in his shoes. And let me, instead of just saying, you know what, you're just being defiant and whatever it is, let me just take a moment and kind of treat him how I would like to be treated. And sure enough, what happened after that was that he started to change his behavior, because this was a little bit different now. I wasn't taking the same approach. So psychologically speaking, it kind of caught him off guard. And then on top of that, he was able to kind of see, hey, you know what? She's doing this for me. And you know what? That's actually something that I would like to do too. And what happened yesterday was that basically he did something that was great, and typically I don't really I make a big deal about it verbally, but with my son, his love language is not only like words of affirmation, but it's actually gifts. It's actually receiving something, like something physical, something that's like he can look at and say, oh, that's what I got this for. So yesterday he did a great job doing his homework completely by himself, and he did ask me for help a couple times, but even that is, for me, it's a reward, because he's the type that he doesn't like to ask for help, and I want him to get used to being open to allowing people to help you, because alone we can do things, but together we can do so much more, right? So that's something that I've talked to him about, because this last weekend we went fishing and he didn't want anyone to help him reel in this fish, and turns out it was just like the fish ended up, getting off the hook and he never caught it. So it was kind of like a lesson in that moment, and we all told him, reiterated, hey, it's okay for people to help you. We all were there for you. We weren't trying to take away from you. And anyway, so he did his homework. He did ask for some help, which I rewarded as well. And we went out for some chocolate. Both of us love chocolate. I thought this is a bonding moment. Not only will it be something that I get to fulfill for myself, but I get to share it with him and tell him, you know what? I like these little moments like this. Maybe we can create moments like this every single time that you do the homework as well as you did today. You didn't get frustrated, and if you did, you talked about it. You didn't scream about it. You didn't throw a fit about what was going on. And so I had to go and just show, just go ahead and, the reward was a way of me showing him, hey, this is good. This is good behavior. This is good behavior, yeah. But still, maybe that's not the greatest example of showing how you can give instead of receiving. But this morning, there was a good example, actually. I just woke up completely electrified, very, very excited. I started off my day with doing my meditation. I've been doing this meditation, which I've mentioned in other videos. You guys should really check this book out, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has some really awesome guided meditation. It's really long though. It's an hour long or more than an hour long. But it's very, very helpful, especially when you want to break some habits that are not serving you, and you really want to incorporate new habits in your life. So I've been doing these for about almost 2 months now that I think about it. And today I did it, and afterwards I did a prayer. I wrote in my journal. I organized what I was going to do today. I made coffee for my mom, and I made breakfast for the kids. It was like this giving thing, and I just felt so good. And I listened to some music that just kept me upbeat. It was a wonderful, wonderful morning. And I just started sending messages. I'm creating messages, even putting them on Facebook, Instagram, and I sent some private ones to my boyfriend, to my best friend, and I mean, just that, just sharing that with somebody else, just giving that. No expectations about what I was receiving. That there was something that came back from that. I mean, even my friend, she was just like, oh my God, this was unexpected, and thank you so much. And I thought, yes, I didn't even expect that response, but I just felt like sharing and giving and giving. And I think that sometimes we get caught up in waiting to receive things. And I've been there too, especially in my business, waiting to receive a response back. When the biggest thing that we can do is to be of service and to give in some capacity. And I'm not saying overextend yourself, spread yourself thin. Give what you can give. Even a text message, even a simple text message can be something that could be of service to somebody today. So that is all for today. I am going to sign off because I'm going to start instructing a class very, very soon. Let me give you guys a little tour where I'm at right now. I'm at the studio. Aside from coaching and doing training and workshops and speaking, I instruct a really cool class. It's called, the method is called Legree Fitness. You can check legreefitness.com out. And I instruct this class in downtown Miami. Very, very fun, electrifying class. It's a full body workout. And I won't bore you anymore with that. Remember that in life, your circumstances do not define you. Your attitude, choices, and decisions, they certainly can. So until next time, be sure to subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Later.